tougher, possession after possession after possession. And we got those stops right when we needed it. And yes, they made a three. Yes, they got to the foul line. Yes, they had some bogus calls go their way. But what does that mean? That's when we're on the mat and TCC gets us back up, baby.
If you throw a pass, you better do it with detail and put it in the pocket like you need. If you get a rebound, you go get that thing with 2 hands, okay? There's purpose to everything we do.
You know, you always believed that you could take the court against that level of competition and compete at a high level, and you got to see it to believe it. And we played well enough at times in the preseason where I thought we would step on the court and do exactly what we did. And when that first whistle went off and when that ball was tipped in the air, we were ready. And we played like we were ready from the very start.
Yeah, that game was great. It was a ton of fun, and we all knew we could do it. We all knew we could go out and win that game. I just don't think people outside of the program thought that. And it was great to be able to prove some of those people wrong and put us on the map a little bit.
Tied at 61, drives, corner, Durkin three, got it! Dagger three from Bobby Durkin.
Grant obviously made a drive and kicked it out to me in the corner to tie game, and I made the shot, which was an awesome feeling. And then we ended up getting a stop on the defensive end in the last 5 seconds. So that was really an awesome game for us to start off the year.
We had a really difficult day on the court against St. Mary's, and none of us felt great going to that Warriors game that night. And then we get to see Steph, who many guys probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. This program wouldn't be where it is if it weren't for him. And as you mentioned, we had a pretty special experience, but we walked into their practice gym, and you walk in and you see Klay Thompson and you see Chris Paul lifting weights, and they have a weight room that's adjacent to their practice gym, and it's open air, and it's remarkable. We just watched these guys play an NBA game that went down to the last minutes, and they beat the Spurs, and they're stars, and these are veteran, probably future Hall of Famers, are lifting weights. And then Steph comes out, he's still wearing his uniform. I'm assuming he came right from the press conference, and he didn't just shake hands and leave. He hung out with our guys. And we talk about gratitude a lot with our team, and showing gratitude and being grateful for all the things we have. Well, that was maybe the greatest display you could ever have. It's Steph showing his gratitude for Davidson and for the basketball program by giving back with his time. And then he went on to go to the weight room and lift weights. And we needed to improve after that day, and maybe we have, as a result of what they saw there. NBA basketball played at the highest level, and then NBA players doing even more to be able to do things at the highest level, while also being grateful and showing where they came from at the same time.
Steph is someone who embodied, you know, the values of this program, embodied TCC, and we got to really see how far it's taken him, and we see how far that it could take us. So I think being able to see that tangibly was really huge, and a really cool experience.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of soul searching after that St. Mary's game, but like the film session before then, coach showed a couple clips in front of the team and was saying like, Scopes, like, when you don't take this shot, it hurts the team. And when he said that to me, and just all the confidence that coach put in me and my teammates put in me, it made me really realize I have to be more aggressive if the team's gonna get to where they want to be. Seeing how we could compete with Clemson and Maryland made us realize how good we could be, and then seeing how we played against St. Mary's, realized how much more work we had to give. And I think just being able to lock in after that and get that win after Charlotte, I think that really helped propel us to these next couple of games.
I'm glad we've been able to have a home stretch and to feel good about the momentum that we can take into conference play. The Atlantic 10 as a league overall is having a really strong non-conference season. And it's going to be a gauntlet of non-conference play. Last year we played statistically, we played the most challenging Atlantic 10 schedule of any team in the league. And I don't know where we fare, but I know early on we've got some incredibly tough opponents, both home and on the road. And you know, we will have the same approach we did in non-conference play, which was a gauntlet of games in the same way. But we just took it one day at a time, tried to get better every single day. At the same time, had something to look forward to in terms of getting on the court and competing against some really high-level competition.
I've really enjoyed it. It's something that I haven't really experienced before, just in terms of the level of intensity. In terms of how it's gone, I think it's been pretty successful for us. Obviously, we had a few games that didn't go the way we wanted them to, but I've really enjoyed it so far. The level of play and the intensity seems to make another jump when it comes to conference play, and I think kind of excited for some of the road games and some of the environments that we're going to play in and try to pull out wins there. I think that's something that would be really exciting for us.
But what I can say is we were not projected to do relatively well in the A-10, and I think we're going to surprise a lot of people and be a team that is very competitive in the A-10, a tough team, and a team that other A-10 teams are not going to want to play come March. I'm very excited for our conference slate.
The stretch of the games where we had a chance and they kept pulling away inch by inch by inch, it seemed, because we weren't making free throws. And then we had that stretch where we couldn't get an defensive rebound. We had that stretch in the first half where we couldn't stop turning the ball over. And this was Vito to his finest. And then they stopped hitting us.